This salad of spicy chicken with mango salsa and balsamic cream brings back a lot of great memories for me. Our restaurant is open over 31 years and we used to serve it over 20 years ago as a starter, and it is absolutely delicious. The key is really good chicken, and I'm using the corn-fed chicken, but I want to show you first of all in making the crumbs. So these are some stale white bread crumbs. We're going to do everything in the food processor, well, do the crumbs. So that's going to go in there. And into that, we're going to add in some flat leaf parsley. I'm not even going to chop it. I'm going to just literally let the food processor do the work. Now we're going to spice it up. So this is some really nice mild curry powder, part of the Simply Better collection, and it's made from Avocado. They're all organic and their spices are excellent. So this is the mild curry powder. I'm going to put in 2 spoonfuls of this. Now, if you want this spicy, you can put in some of their harissa or some of their Cajun spice, which gives a lovely little kick. For color and also flavor is some turmeric. So that's going to go in there also. So a nice amount of that. And then we're going to whiz this, and then we're going to throw in some sesame seeds. I'm just moving this all out of the way. And blitz this here for a moment. Now, white sesame seeds I absolutely adore because they give great texture, so I'm going to be really generous here. But I don't want to blend them too much because I want them to keep their shape. So I do, so move that there. And that's our crumbs done. We're going to put it into the bowl, and you can just have a look how beautiful and vibrant and yellow they are. And that is from the turmeric and the curry powder. So I'm just going to move this out of the way. Make a little bit of space here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pan it. So this is a really simple technique for crumb and chicken. So heat my pan first of all. Nice, keep it on nice and low, and a nice little drizzle of rapeseed oil. So I like rapeseed oil, but I will use butter because the rapeseed oil stops the butter from burning when I'm cooking the chicken. Now you can bake it off in the oven and you can deep fry it, but let's talk about crumbing it. So plain flour, 1 egg, a little bit of milk, and then your breadcrumbs. Those breadcrumbs will keep for a week in your fridge and you can freeze them. So this dish can be made well ahead. All right, what I've got is 1 of the corn-fed chicken breasts. This is part of the Simply Better collection, and it's reared and produced in Cavan. So I'm just dipping it in some flour. So if you keep 1 hand dry and 1 hand wet, 1 hand goes in to the egg wash. So drizzle this, kind of shake it off. So what happens here, everyone, is that the flour helps the egg stick. Okay, so cut your chicken. This is 1 chicken breast. There's no skin, no bone, so it's a very economical dish. So into the flour. Now that's stage 1 done. So I'm going to make a little bit of room here. Next, we're going to put it in on top of our crumbs. So like this. So keep this hand dry. And then you just simply just press it like that. And there we have our lovely goujon of chicken, okay, or the spicy chicken. So I'm just going to move it over to the side, and then we're going to pop it onto the pan. So we're going to pan fry this, we're going to shallow fry this. Now you can have all these made ahead onto a plate or onto a tray, cover it with cling film, and they'll keep for about 2 days in your fridge. You can freeze them. I've done them both ways. Normally when I do these at home, I'd probably get maybe 4 chicken breasts, and then I would have them all prepped, sliced, flour, egg and breadcrumb, and then I'd freeze a lot of them. So you can cook them from frozen or you can defrost them. It's totally up to you, depending on your time, how busy you are. Okay, so I'm going to move that out of the way. So that's my egg wash, and then my chicken. So let's have a little look at the chicken. So that's the crumbs there, everyone. We're going to put a little piece of butter. And then after this, then what we're going to do is we're going to pan fry them. We're going to shallow fry them. And I'm going to just put them so they're nice and thin because I want them to be cooked. I'm going to wash my hands after this. So you have extra breadcrumbs, as you can see. So what I would do is freeze them. You can do this crumb with some goat's cheese also. So the key, that's 1 chicken breast, remember that, is slice the chicken nice and thin. So whenever you handle raw fish or meat or whatever like that, always wash your hands. It's really important. Okay, so we want to get a nice little bit of colour in that. So until it's kind of that golden brown, and the butter will give you that. And of course with the breadcrumbs it's going to absorb the butter, so just be aware of that. So have that on a nice high heat. Okay, we're going to make a really nice sauce. So this is what I call a balsamic cream, and it's a really, really quick sauce. So balsamic vinegar. We have some beef stock in here, a little bit of tomato puree, and then some cream, and that's it. It's as easy as that. You can put in some Chinese spice if you want to kind of jazz it up a little bit. Okay, really important with the chicken before I do the sauce is just don't have it too high or it's going to kind of brown and burn on the outside and be raw in the center. That's really important. So into the saucepan, I'll flip over the chicken in a moment. Roughly about a large tablespoon of the vinegar goes in there, okay? Into that, we're gonna put in our tomato puree. So I'm gonna use a heaped teaspoon. We're going to use our beef stock here. So this is just some homemade beef stock. You can use a stock cube, which is fine. If you're using a stock cube, the one tip I can give you is that you'll have to probably thicken it with a bit of corn flour. And then some regular cream, just some whipping cream. So this enriches the sauce, and I need to put some salt in because in the homemade stock, we don't put any salt in it. Okay, this chicken is looking really good. I'll whisk this in a moment. We'll just get our tongs. We'll just have a little look at the chicken. Gorgeous, see that there? So just to recap, flour, egg and breadcrumb, and what gives you the beautiful colour is the turmeric and the curry powder. And the butter, don't forget the butter when you're pan frying it. Now you can bake this off in the oven, normally at home I deep fry them, I don't always pan fry them, but when you use a little bit of butter, oh my god. And with the rapeseed oil it's going to stop it from burning. So you can see that there, if you just have a little look at that, it's beautiful and golden brown, it's still raw in the centre, but that's what you call shallow frying. A little bit of oil and a touch of butter. Okay, for our sauce, that's on. I want that to cook away. I put in some salt. I'm gonna let that reduce, okay, for a minute or two. I'm just keeping an eye on the chicken because if it's gonna brown too much, I'm gonna move it on to a lower ring. So that's really important. I want to make sure that it's cooked. I've turned down the gas, it's not full, which is really important because we want to make sure that it's cooked through, that it's not in any way pink at all. It needs to be cooked through with chicken. Okay, so I'll move this just to this lower ring here and let that just cook away. Now, perfect. The smell of that is gorgeous. And the whole key into this dish is to be, to be nicely organised. Have your chicken crumbed, have your sauce ready. Now I'm going to do a lovely mango and red pepper salsa. So I'm just going to flip over the chicken one more time. And because it's so thin, it doesn't take long to cook. So we got into one of those. Lovely. That looks gorgeous. Very happy with that. Okay, sauce is coming to the boil. That's exactly what I want. And then our salsa. So mango. So what we're looking for, I'll just cut some of the mango, tuck the skin off. When you buy it, press it, and if it's nice and soft to the touch, it's nice and ripe. If it's anywhere hard, leave it in your kitchen, not in the fridge to ripen. Really important. These are some beautiful roasted peppers cooked on a char grill. Okay, stored in some extra virgin olive oil. So all I've done is just got a quarter of the pepper and I've just simply diced it. So there are the char grill marks that are actually on the pepper. So we're going to make a little salsa here for you all now. So in goes the pepper, the roasted pepper. I do like pepper, I have to say. We're going to put the zest and some juice of some lime in this. And some olive oil and a little bit of basil, and that's it. This dish is so delicious. And see this salsa here? This is so good. With grilled prawns, fish, chicken, anything like that. It keeps really, really well. Okay, the sauce is good. My chicken is good. Every so often, just give it a little shake. I'm going to flip it back over here. So the juice of half a lime should be enough. I'm going to put a pinch of salt and some olive oil. Smell of that. I love the chicken, the texture, and you could use some poppy seeds, you could use some black sesame seeds, but this for me brings back a lot of great memories. So it does. I've actually made this salsa with avocado, so you can do that. So you just remove the skin from the avocado, de-stone it, chop it, and then put it into the bowl with the red pepper. And they're cooking up really nice. So remember the key, some rapeseed oil because it's an Irish produced oil or good Irish butter. You get a nice high smoke heat temperature. Here it is. That's our sauce, and that's cooking up really nice. That will keep for a week in your fridge. So the whole thing here is your preparation. I'm going to reduce that. I'm going to grab a little bit of basil. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut into tiny little strips. So I just put the juice of half a lime into this. Of course, you can use the full lime, depending. You're better off making more, but I'm obviously just doing one portion here. So this is our fresh basil. One of my favourite herbs. You could use coriander. You could use lots of of other herbs like basil. Obviously I'm using, but parsley would work well with chives. Like, look at how colourful that is. To me, if you leave that now for overnight, oh my God, the flavour. If you're going to put red onion into it, softly cook the red onion. I think that's the key into this. Okay, we should be ready to serve. Let's just come over and check the chicken. How you check when chicken is cooked? So you press it. So that feels firm, so it does, and that's really important, okay? So we're just going to get a little piece here. I get this here, and I'm going to cut into it, and I'm going to show you this. I'm just going to use the knife that I cut the basil. Okay, so there's no pink. It's cooked through. It's moist, it's succulent. That's exactly what I want. You could nearly get 2 portions of this as a starter, and so it's very economical. Okay, my sauce, that's perfect. Just blast that up to reduce it a little bit more. So we're going to serve it up. So look at how colourful this is. So we have our salsa, the roasted red pepper, our mango. Make sure the mango is ripe. You can do this with some pineapple if you want to. And the herb is some lovely fresh basil. The longer you make this, it'll keep in the fridge for up to 4 or 5 days. That shows better flavour it gets. Now, how nice does that look? Okay, we're nearly there. Now our sauce. So, make sure you taste the sauce. Is it seasoned? Are you happy with it? For me, I'm well used to tasting hot sauces. I think it needs a little bit of salt and a clean spoon, and then it's ready to be served. So we just drizzle this around the plate here. So this is the balsamic vinegar, the stock, the cream, and the tomato puree. And again, you could use that lovely Chinese spice. Okay, let's get a couple of these. You can put them on some kitchen paper if you want to, but we're going to serve them up straight away. If you bake them off in the oven about 190 on parchment paper, that will work really well. So about 3 of these is a really nice, I think, a starter. With some homemade chips, it's gorgeous. A little bit of salad. So just arrange some lovely salad leaves just in the middle on top. So I don't pour the sauce over the salad. What I do is I pour the sauce under the chicken. So that's really important. Now a little drizzle of olive oil, and that's it, guys. This, I hope you try this because it's one of my favorites. The chicken, you can make ahead, you can freeze it. The sauce will keep, and also is really, really good with steak and lamb. And then the salsa is wonderful with some grilled prawns. So that is my salad of spicy chicken with the balsamic cream and the mango and red pepper salsa. So it's a classic, but it's a delicious one. And we're gonna have it for our tea now. So happy cooking.